Ochile eafoye banina wo eko ablade abi menyaju biniji eten manyawale nyon ye afi yakpe enyo noma enyo ke ekpamli na shemo ni hwane ne wobuana wakaba hanye shemo ne keji ote Facebook ke YouTube obanya ko ye MBN 360 minaja modote shidano wabote sajam ne ha wokwa otiye ni hie shemo ekome NPP masinata omokuwe ewie keshi amralo ekenko sedi na tamaklo jemoyi na mesusu none ake amralo na janfologo. Ye shika kejewa yili sajamnie waye nyelo mahama kefodran chake moekili ni baya no ye tema oil refinery. Ye manse sajamni hwe amania boye hawali ake May ete egbo fese ni bomb ogbeye Moscow restaurant lo ni yeli yeko. Sajene meke koko me ahijino nyabanu yeshani ne adafichano. Agwene Sanjay di enchemli mbote mone. New Patriotic Party lo NPP masinata omokuwe ewie keshi amralwe ake eheye chuchu nichu moche nupa ke ha Microfinance and Small Loan Center niji Maslok sedina tamaklo ationu jimomli eko.
The judges at the High Court, at the Court of Appeal, did a great disservice to Ghanaians. Great disservice. We are talking about 90 million Ghana cedis. And we can just hinge her freedom on the fact that there were some technical errors or errors, even assuming without admitting. So if there were some problems with the charge sheet, it means the person should run away with 90 million, when indeed Section 406 is saying that, look, even if you have some errors or irregularities on the charge sheet, that cannot free. You cannot reverse a court of competent jurisdiction the decision based on errors or defects. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a wholesale amnesty for the politically connected, dressed up in prosecutorial discretion.
Ya NPP masinata omokuwe mlino New Patriotic Party ekefojang ake amebatra chensi manyawale nyogbiniji ekpano afine yanoni amesuso ake nifemoi ni bagba Ghana ke money make niji democracy kemla alo rule of law na Amechensi chanye Court of Appeal famose ake abangme chuchu Maslok nichu moche nupa sedi na tamaklo atiunuhe moni mlamlie High Court kojole ni eaye afinyoma yekbabomi ya meka dafichalo arimo mlie NPP masinata omokuwe national organizer lo gbejanotolo Henry Nanabwachi monalile ake nanabiyeke amechensi chane amebatu igbejano ni ameke masinata omoku ikokome bana shramo kuikokome ni fataye civil society organizations professional groups lo ni chumoku ikokome Oblantai ahiwale woku kemeni sanine ko amehi eko niji concerned citizens.
A call to action. Massive protest ahead. Fellow Ghanaians, the time for silence is over. The New Patriotic Party hereby serves notice that on 6th of August, next week Thursday, 2026, in collaboration with other political parties, civil society, organization, professional bodies, student movement, youth movement, and all well-meaning citizens, we shall embark on massive demonstration to defend our democracy. We are starting here in Accra and we'll be going to other regions as well to defend our democracy, our constitution, and the rule of law.
Mansolo ni kwa shipojinke adebo nibi sajiano ke blawo pehenyo ke ha elembele anunyangmo ama kofibua ewogana biyangani ameya mehie fe Dr. Kwame Nkrumah kai mokeke shimon amena heshifon kegbele eninamoy ke ha heno ke fon nichumo kenin
Yere momli bemli ni Nkrumah Fest 2026 ni femo he mamakpa moyano efani Ghana mamu efeke akwe na mesusu yake aswale no yano kwalegbe no amemo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ni bi yamlilo ete no ewiake keji awo Ghana klenklen mayen yelo hienya jeni ake fofo eminhwe esan no pekeke jino ni agaba we hienya shinwe sake awe hienya yegbekono ni beke bi fe e ba try ni bi papa ni efe eke mashichuban ete no iwo Ghana bi angani amekwa schooli factories lo ni chumo ike ni piko komeni Dr. Nkrumah feye ebiamli na ebiake asoneke maja ni bi ne wo wose bi ahiwale yegbekono lo.
As we celebrate his enduring legacy, we must ask ourselves, have we heeded this warning? Have we embraced his vision? Have we moved beyond the rhetoric of Pan-Africanism to the reality of Pan-Africanism? Celebrate his enduring legacy is not a place where wreaths at his feet are placed. It is for us to build upon the foundations he laid. It is to look at the schools he built and ask, are we educating our children for liberation or for subjugation? It is to look at the factories he established and ask, are we building an economy that serves our people? Or we continue, as he told us a long time ago, that serves our masters from the distance? Are we still just sending raw materials, or are we adding value to the things we have comparative advantage here at home? His legacy is alive in the roads we travel, the hospitals that heal us, and the industries that sustain us. But more importantly, his legacy lives in the spirit of every Ghanaian who dares to dream beyond their circumstances. This is the legacy we celebrate. Not a man frozen in bronze, but a man whose ideas are still shaping our present and demanding our future. Let us go to Nkrofo not as tourists visiting the shrine, but soldiers returning to the source of our strength. Let us march with pride. Let us teach our children his name with reverence. Let us reflect deeply and ask ourselves, are we upholding the vision of self-reliance?
Mansolo ni kwa ni kasemo sajiano anunyamo Haruna Idrisu egbalamling ake Chinese, Arabic ke French efe nriemo ichidi kasemo ya Ghana basic school curriculum ye shishi.
Announce to the general public that under the research agenda of President John Dramani Mahama, NACA, the National Curriculum Review Institution, was revising curriculum for basic education from kindergarten to primary 6. I have heard commentaries and suggestions on comments attributed to the Honorable Minister. Let me use the opportunity of this ceremony to clarify and respond appropriately that there is no intention by government to make Arabic and Chinese compulsory at any level of our education. That is not the thought, and that is not the thinking of government. English remains our main medium of instruction, but from kindergarten to primary 3, we are encouraging and forcefully supporting the use of local Ghanaian language so that our children will not be lost out of their own values and culture. So from kindergarten to primary 3 would be the use of local Ghanaian language. From primary 4 to primary 6 upwards, we intend to make English language still basic medium of instruction, but we will introduce 3 foreign languages, optional for any learner to choose a language foreign of the choice of the learner. Whatever it is, this revised curriculum is now before the Ghana Education Service. I will accept their recommendations and I will implement their recommendations. But to expose them to those foreign languages, be it French, Spanish, Chinese, Arabic, Italian, or German, will remain optional, but will be for purposes of upper primary in order that we are producing learners for the world.
Onukpa inikwa wa Municipal Hospital lo Hilachamohi no ewi ake amekai amemiunkweme babao yemle ake ameje kukpa no Hilachamohi kebachon akuchong Hilachamohi moni.
Apart from in the midst of all these problems, we have been left with a legacy debt, overwhelming a legacy debt. And then I will just give a small example of the regional medical stores. We owed non-drug consumables those days around 500,000, and we owed drugs around 4 million Ghana cedis. So that is approximately 5 million Ghana cedis just for the regional medical stores. The outside suppliers are so many. I think now management is trying to put the debt profile together. So we work, and then the running cost is very expensive. We have to buy logistics to run the system, and yet we have to service the old debt. Most of our suppliers have also sent us to court with a lot of demand notices. And I think the Attorney General is doing well in that aspect. Most of the time he would discuss with them, and we have a payment plan, and there are so many of them. Others too are quiet because they understand the situation, and we have a payment plan with them. And looking at the rate at which we generate, I must mention that it will take us over 10 years to be able to service the debts of the hospital.
University of Mines and Technology Niji UMAT Ewo Wolong Peche Bernard Kumibuatin Ake Vice Chancellor Niji Edreno Kenye Wolong Peche Richard Kwesi Amankwa Afi Ekpa Nichumonagbi. Wolong Peche Kumibuatin Niji Geomatics Engineer Likoni Ale Ke Klein School na Agbiloye UMAT Nile no Ebeba nye Nichumoku Ehie Echoni bi ni ebafe ebacha ke ni kasemo he wulue kefele MIT of Africa nuchumo ba kwa innovation lo chakemo shikasa jashida moniji financial sustainability keni chomo keni kasemo papa keni amingbele mo ke agbene akonta abuyo nupa yelimni bemli ni ejio enuchumo shishe.
Our leadership will deliver a focused 4-year agenda to translate this aspiration into reality. In our assessment of humans, we have taken a hard look, honest look at our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It is from this honest foundation that my personal vision for this institution has emerged, to lead human toward becoming the MIT of Africa. We will pursue that vision not through disruption, but through alignment. The strategic priorities we present today are firmly anchored to humans' existing strategic plan, ensuring that our ambitions are built upon the foundation Professor Richard Kwesi and this community has already laid. In the next 4 years, we will establish a dedicated commercialization unit to turn our ideas into income and build a more resilient university. This university will be run as a business entity, anchored on quality academic principles, academic soul, business discipline.
Yes, Ajinko Kumeyamlie, KNUST Chancellor Niji Otumfo say to Niji Enyono, Ewo Vice Chancellor he, Wolong Peche Christian Ejaringa ni, Enye ni kasemo he kehishibale pepepe fimo keshramo. Yeremo mi ni fimo shishin, Otumfo Wolong Peche Ejaringa ni echomo na agbai,
ke woni chumomli bemli ni eke hiwale wo school bi lo ni kaselo ni chulo ike me koko me ni yo ni kasemo yi wulu emni.
Remember, no vice chancellor succeeds alone. The massive attendance at your university today is a clear demonstration of the goodwill, confidence, and high expectations that the university community and its stakeholders have for your leadership. Never consider this office as a privilege above others, rather regard it as a sacred trust placed in your hands for the benefit of generations you may never meet. Institutions become stronger when leadership develops others rather than seek to overshadow them. And finally, never lose sight of the reason this university exists. Every policy, every decision, every investment, and every reform must ultimately enhance teaching, learning, research, innovation, and service to society. The office you are now going to occupy is one of stewardship. Future generations will judge your tenure not by the authority you exercise, but by the lasting impact you made on the lives of staff, students, the university, and the nation at large.
Obada mushemo neno ni wofu ke wokun wose woke shika ke jara yili sanje baba hani ka chiyo.
Hata odi some look fast so. Baba, me again. Let's go yale. Me call you mum. Who hear me? Menti me sent my friend doctor when I'm crossing over. Share that for me. See what we swear any. Yes, malaria. Malaria. Oh, what they say? What the router? Me copy the absence here. A draw ne friend router mixer. Yeah, come on, malaria draw. And running router. So. Gap trap and the draw ku abaso body ase wabo ruta mixture abaso ruta natural products no ne ruta mixture ya e dikutia a treat ruta tonic and the ruta life wa ehuru efini srade bone efini padua mu lassa support immune system no ruta de obi ase ye FDA age dwede krato ya tu.
Shida plejo no ake okuwo yobe MBN ADAFISWAA no ni woke baji shishi yeshika ke jara yeli sanjam nie maye nyelo John Dramani Mahama ke fon drank mamoy ke basa agbajano to ke ha tema oil refinery nijito ke je amenichu moye ke shi amralo na jan follow momli.
We will also restructure the Tema Oil Refinery in order that we permanently eliminate political interference in its work. That ambition is entirely consistent with our government's broader economic transformation agenda. As we implement the 24-hour economy initiative and the accelerated export development program, institutions such as TOR will play an increasingly central role in expanding industrial production, supporting manufacturing, creating quality jobs, and strengthening Ghana's competitiveness within the African Continental Free Trade Area. We do not intend merely to keep TOR operating, we intend to make TOR more competitive. We intend to make TOR more efficient, and we intend to make TOR more commercially viable. In this regard, I'm pleased to announce that I've directed the Minister of Energy and Green Transitions to work with the board and management of TOR to present government with a strategic plan to expand the capacity of the refinery to 100,000 barrels a day.
Nanu akabagbe na yeshika ke jara yeli sanjam nie ranking member Yemla Wokbe Shikojin Kadebo ni bi akumli anonya mokweku amperchum sapon ewie keshi boni amralo ehie da my mind but benpamomi.
The minority particularly are concerned about the ratification of Damai mining lease. Damai is not on an ordinary mine. It is one of Ghana's important mining assets, and its transfer has attracted significant national interest. The successor operator, Damai Gold Mine, which happens to be an SPV for Engineers and Planners Limited, is a company funded by the president's brother. That fact by itself does not establish any impropriety, nor does it disqualify the company from participating in Ghana's mining industry. However, it undeniably heightens the public interest in the transaction and places an even greater responsibility on Parliament to ensure that every aspect of the award is subjected to rigorous, transparent, and independent scrutiny. In such circumstances, Parliament should have insisted on seeing all the material information necessary to make that informed decision before the ratification. This transaction presented a unique opportunity for the state to renegotiate its economic interest in the mine. Rather than merely approving a transfer of ownership, government should have pursued an increase in the state equity participation from the current 10% to maybe between 20 to 30%, thereby securing greater long-term value and revenue for the Ghanaian people from an already producing mining concession or operation.
Obafo wa ishikome ko ke wokun wose wokon ye ba chomanse konu akono niti no ye jame.
Invitiasia no menene kunu eware wo odro ene asumdue kwanso ya ware na chi no mene kwacho ba hotel pop pebi say ye besepeyo.
What? A team from so crown na maye.
Bibia wo nyankopon sem.
Ekoba ne san me kunu antenase.
Edro botum wajo eye edek SM bitches.
Wah. Eni gia befi. We na me de yem Bible edek SM bites timase mama me
sa wa warrior mu eni je bewie wo paya na ye kamfo edek SM bites Mrs. wa oyem ye onyina mo no me no okọ one
Nanu akobaje shike gbe na ye wona gbe shemo ni ji manse jam ye amane boy fele fan ake ke ho kra me eten egboi ni me nyoma enyoke ekome epla ke tron explosive device low bomb ni gbe no ye Italian restaurant lo ni yeliheko ye Moscow. Shina sanenete no bemle ni atra angmajikpa anyo bekenashi ye Kudrinskaya Square ni benke ma Tingbe ni National Anti-Terrorist Committee ewie ake oblayo ko nile hie neke explosives lo ni bi ni gbe ogbomene to yake ibabote ni ayoni niji restaurant shi hue afaban follow ni damoje bomoden ake ibasa ina kechondo no explosive ni ehiene fitelo ekwe eboingbe mo egbele yo edi enche ni egbe afaban follow ke gboko ni Babauzi Rossi restaurant lo ni eliye bemni ni femo komi yano ye jeme onupa ikebashi ane echoko wake ameyo moni poten ni kun atawo ni ayagbe ni femo shishin shi Moscow bi lo Moscow mambie ewie ake ameke bato tawo moni yano ye Ukraine yi ye afiko me ase ne agbegbe Russia ma asrafo iwujinwujin lo panapana
Kecho neke assassination ne kumano ye Russia mamni ni Moscow keshamo eha Kiev kehana kamaja tutu amoe. Amania boni jekpomla miye chomli ake neke oshinasane ne ba yeheni ayoni ye kitchen lohi na huo niye. She ni yeli hi energy restaurant face keba for jang ake heni na agba bayeji agboena. Ni yeli energy restaurant ne heni eyoji Moscow akuchoko ni alejogbang. Ni keba shibia ne egbejegbe ni chomo jemegbe fe achimobiane ene hi won achon chon de kudolo he kokome ni ameba achon ejake kejebene oshinasane ne bane abalake traffic lo hina abu amoko eba yejeme ni agbene hue ni femo ni kun esake ya no asa afomi infoni ke videos kome ni jekpo kechon Russia RIA News Agency lo adaficha akuwe no chobo ni manyebulo ewula amehi keba he ni oshina abaye ni amenkwani bi amlim kena me poten ni epla lo ekwe na agba ni ebaye jeme.
Yo abladi abibe bi eji ni be bang mo gbeni wo ke hwane na hye mo awa shida no ba ya nye ha awa kwa otie ni jikpo hye mo amlin ekom.
NPP masilata omokuwe ewie keshi amralo ekenko sedi na tamaklo jemoyi na mesusu none ake amralo na janfolomo. Ye shika kejera yili sajamnie Maye nyelo mahama kefadran chake mwekili ni baya no ye tema oil refinery. Ye manse sajamni hwe amania boy hawali ake me ete egbo fese ni bomb ye Moscow restaurant lo ni yeli yeko.
Mimoni inke hye mo eba nyegbe no hwane na eji na ajamodote kefe ofiche dromo wo ba pe sho hwane ne ke biamni no nya wala don ke be ni nye yi kekwewo.